while we're driving down there to SPS Autosport, I wanted to talk about why I decided not to get the ZR1. The new ZR1's come out. Several people have already taken delivery of it. Mike streetspeed717 has already taken delivery of his.
Lights out, hearts beating faster in a minute.
Chuck, I believe, is still waiting on his. In the meantime, Chuck decided to get his wife a Grandsport.
It's beautiful.
This right here was a smoking deal. MSRP'd $93,000. I got it for $74,000.
So after thinking about it and then actually seeing people take delivery of their Corvette ZR1s, I realized, as beautiful as the interior of this Corvette is, I personally spend my time inside the Corvette driving it. And for the money and my connections locally here in Tucson, I definitely knew that I could get a whole lot more performance out of enhancing my existing 2015 Z06. And the interior is identical. I mean, unless obviously I'd get different colors and options, but at the end of the day, it's still the same feel. It's the same car on the inside. Sure, I could see the nice, beautiful carbon fiber hood scoop out there of the massive supercharger, but it didn't seem really worth taking that massive hit on the depreciation of buying a brand new vehicle like that. And in reality, if I was going to step up to another level of vehicle, I think I'd rather go for maybe a McLaren 720S. I think that would be pretty cool. I know, a different league altogether. So I decided to move forward with keeping my Z06, but start doing some things to it. And that's why I put into motion several different things. The first and foremost being installing an Armytrix Valvetronic with X-pipe exhaust system, which I'm kind of excited about, because ever since I got the Z06, I've always wanted to do an aftermarket exhaust. So that's why, after much research, I've always liked the Armytrix look. I've liked their system. I've liked the durability. But most importantly, I've loved the sound that I've heard. I've never heard one in person. I've only heard them on YouTube videos and through Armytrix's website themselves. That's the only place I have actually heard a Z06 with the Armytrix exhaust on it. And I like the sound of it on the video. So hopefully I like it in person as well. But I'm super excited. I'm pumped. Richard down at SPS Autosport is helping me get this not only in and installed, but I'm helping him out. He's setting up a brand new website called Harrison Performance. He is going to be selling some of his best parts through the various suppliers that he has directly online. One of the things that I've noticed online when shopping for parts is there's a lot of big names, and they tend to kind of balance out the pricing all across the board. I like the idea of having not only a local person that I know sourcing auto parts, aftermarket auto parts online, but also somebody that is independent of all those more mainstream names of places that we go to purchase our aftermarket auto parts.
I don't care that my mind's gone insane and my heart will burst into flames. No, I don't care about the heartache and pain, just don't let the memory.
Considering I had to drive through Mexico, I thought maybe I'd do a couple of polls here while we're in Mexico. Let's have the very first polls that I've ever posted on my Corvette Mods channel, and then maybe we can do some comparisons after I get the Armytrix exhaust installed. We have arrived at Richard's shop here, SPS Autosport. Hey, how you doing? What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
So I got rid of the shelves here and got more bins, organized everything. It makes it easier because we do have most of the shop now, so I have more room to work.
66.
Yeah, this thing's pretty rowdy.
Oh, wow. What kind of a suspensions does he have in there? That's insane. Does he drag this? Or is this
No,
just street?
He just plays around. So yeah, we're ready for you.
All right, cool.
Armytrix exhaust.
Ooh, there it is right there.
Right
I didn't
there.
even see it. Look at that.
Ready to go.
You haven't even unboxed it yet.
I haven't even unboxed it yet.
We know we are lost, in love with the lust, but heart drums the mind, so we'll win anyway. Yeah, we own the sun, naive, wild and drunk. Oh, 'cause it's all up. When I'm with you, I'm with you.
That's the beautiful box. This is where the McLaren 720S keys are at, right?
That's exactly it. This is the transformation right here.
Ooh. So that plugs into the LBD2 port.
Yes.
And then
Their
little
packaging
key
is
fob.
amazing.
So I have actually seen the bottom of my car before. I have the hydraulic jacks in my garage, and I just rolled up underneath it on one of those roller trays, and then I'm underneath it, and then I had a freak out moment because I'm like, there's like 4,000 pounds of car on top of me. Why is it that I still have to duck under here? I thought it was on a lift. I would not make a good mechanic.
They need to have like a tall people lift.
All right, so they're gonna start on the exhaust install here. This is technically the very first physical modification that I'm doing to the car. Everything has been stock up until now, and so this is the first physical performance modification that I'm going to do to the car. Well, I'm not going to. Richard's going to do it. I'm just going to watch and record for you guys.
Just the detail in there.
Wow, look at that. What is that?
This is the vacuum block for the to tap in for the Valvetronic solenoids.
That's cool. Shout out to my nephews, Mark and John, who have been wanting me to do this install for a while. So shout out to you boys. We are finally doing it. We are installing the Armytrix exhaust with X-pipe. Maybe when you guys get your license. No, just kidding, never mind. Is it a pretty straightforward install?
It's a pretty straightforward install on this car. Yeah, really the hardest part of this whole install is just wiring in the Valvetronic part and getting this part out.
Oh, out from, oh, because
Yeah,
it goes above the axle.
It goes above, and then like, so this has to come off.
Look at all the gravel that I got up in here.
So what's next? Now that you've started the mod.
Yeah, well, I can't actually say yet on this video.
Okay.
I gave a little hint.
What? Oh, you
I can't
tell me,
say.
you can't tell me.
All I said it's going to be an engine enhancement.
Okay.
Wilder, don't care if I get out alive. You feel that beat getting harder, floating on it. We're rebels, at least for tonight. I don't care that my mind's gone insane and my heart will burst into flames. No, I don't care about the heartache and pain, just don't let the memories fade. We know we are lost, in love with the lost.
The exhaust, the heat shield bolts here, and it wraps around this. You can't move this in or out. It gets caught up. Way more space, easier to maneuver it out.
So do you reuse these valves? Or those?
No, we don't. Other ones are already on there.
Oh, they're already on there. That's nice.
Yeah, you should probably be able to see them. Because these ones are electronic, and these ones are vacuum actuated. We got the vacuum actuated ones.
Oh, okay.
And then
There's no
in your
electronic.
box where your remote is, you'll have all the vacuum lines and the actuator and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah, the bumper off is way better.
Well, that was easy.
The other parts getting them in without scratching.
Yeah. I will inspect them. White glove. Why isn't my axle and everything as pretty as that Corvette's back over there?
Because you spent $11,000. We could make it that way.
No, it's all right. I'll spend $11,000 on something else.
Question is, whose car's worth more?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Honestly.
true. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to actually.
That's a pretty close tie.
I would say, yeah.
Because I was showing Richard online, those cars are going anywhere from, depending on where they're at, 60 to 106,000.
For real?
We got 66, they want 89. This
Oh,
66,
yeah.
85. That 66, they want 77. This one, they want 139.
But hard comes to mind, so we'll win anyway. Yeah, we own the sun, naive, wild and drunk. Oh, 'cause it's all up. When I'm with ya, I'm with ya. I'm with ya. We know we are lost, in love with the lust.
All right, so they're getting close to the end of the actual pipe install, and we've got a problem. The tips, this tip right here is crooked. It's actually bent down, and might even be a little off to the right. You can kind of see that there, the distance of those two. So not sure what can be done, but thank you, Armytrix, for sending me a bent pipe.
I'll call them and be like, what the hell?
Yeah, I thought this was Armytrix quality. Sent us bent tips.
It's still all made in Taiwan.
It's not made in Taiwan, don't tell me that. Nice fins. What are those for?
You know, have you ever been like an older truck or car and you slam the doors, you can feel the air pressure in yours?
Oh, yeah.
It lets the air pressure out of the cab.
Hard comes to mind, so we'll win anyway. Yeah, we own the sun, naive, wild and drunk. Oh, 'cause it's all up. When I'm with ya, I'm with ya.
Well, we got it done. The exhaust is done and installed. It is looking really sick. Just getting them finally lined up. These guys are about perfection, right? But they love having me sit here and nitpick them the whole time they're installing it. They're doing all this manual labor and I'm just sitting here complaining about little details here and there, but they've done a great job installing it. Especially considering Armytrix, you didn't even provide instructions on how to run a vacuum line through the very tight body of the Z06. How did you finally get it through there?
The side skirt,
Oh, the side skirt, you just...
it's glued to the body from the factory, but there's a tunnel that allows for about a 3-inch provision all the way down.
Yeah.
So we just had to run some wire, hard wire through there, then attach the vacuum line and suck it down through there.
Nice.
Some of the other guys that turbo cars, they put their piping through there. They put the rear turbo set up on some of these cars, the older ones.
Someone said that on my Facebook page just now, asked me if I was putting a rear turbo on it. I didn't know you could do that, put a rear turbo.
That's where, and then down that side script, that's where most of the people run a pipe through so they can charge the front of the motor. They put the rear turbo setups on these.
Never even heard of a rear turbo setup on a Corvette. Speaking of rear turbo, here is a Trans Am with that very thing. You got a rear turbo setup. Look at that. Running the pipe all the way up right into the engine, right up in there. That's crazy. Someone on my Facebook page commented that I was probably installing a rear turbo, and I didn't believe him. I guess I'm the idiot then that didn't even know that you could do a rear turbo setup. in the car, driving home now, and got the exhaust all installed. We don't even have it really opened up yet. Oh yeah! Wow! Woo! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Oh, that sounds and feels so good. Just wow! Oh yeah! Woo! I'm sure the video is not even doing it justice. I know that the mic coming through whatever speakers you're listening to this on is not doing the sounds of that exhaust note any justice, but it's the best I can do to translate it to you guys as to how good the Armytrix exhaust sounds on my Corvette Z06. I don't know, it's just the fullness of it, the aggressiveness of it, it's a whole nother beast. I'm like a little kid with a brand new toy, a brand new car. It just feels like it took the whole system to another level. Well, back here at my house, that was an awesome day doing the install on the Armytrix exhaust. Really loving the way that it sounds, the way that it looks. Everything just turned out really, really good. So excited for that to all be installed and done now. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that like button if you liked the video today, and let me know what you guys think of the Armytrix exhaust and what other modifications you guys think that I should do to the Corvette here in the future. Thanks for all the subscriptions, and be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think. Bye.